A very good morning to you, dear loving children. I hope you are keeping fine. In the previous two classes, we learned about the print culture and the modern world. We learned how printing was first started in China. We studied about print in Japan. We studied how from China the Buddhist missionaries spread print culture to Japan and Korea. How Marco Polo introduced a woodblock printing system from China to Italy and other European countries. We also studied about Gutenberg's printing press, how Gutenberg's printing press later came to Asia and other parts of the world. We also learned about the contributions of print in the 17th and 18th centuries. We also learned about the impact of a print revolution. We studied about what is Protestant Reformation, the role of Martin Luther. So now let us move on to the next question in this chapter, print culture and the modern world. The next question is why there was reading mania. Reading mania means a kind of obsession with reading. Earlier there was no reading mania. Before the reading mania, there was only a oral culture. Somebody used to read books for other people, others used to listen. We had a hearing public. Now we come to the question why there was reading mania. The first reason, churches of various denominations set up schools in villages. Churches of various denominations. Denominations means groups. Roman Catholic Church, Protestants, Anglicans, and all kinds of various type of groups of churches set up schools in villages. When we when we study about the case of Kerala, we know that along with the church, a school was established where people from various backgrounds used to come and study. So they achieved education from the school. So near the church there used to be a school. So that was one reason why there was a reading mania. The churches set up a number of schools in villages and towns. And the schools carried literacy to peasants and artisans. The Europeans, you must understand, today when we talk about Bihar, we say Bihar literacy rate is very low. Talk about Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, we say literacy rate is low. In the same way, in the European countries also, there was not much literacy rate. Literacy rate was very poor. Many Italians were not literate. So the schools carried a literacy to peasants and artisans. Another reason, you see that the literacy rate increased to 60 to 80% due to the setting up of schools by various churches. The literacy rate increased 60 to 80%. When we talk about India, we know that Kerala literacy rate is about between 90 to 100%. So that is the reason for our development. Another reason, books were also available at a cheap rate. Booksellers and publishers printed books at cheap rate. Penny chap books, bibliotheque blue. Books were sold at crossroads at a cheap rate. So books were available to all kinds of people. Earlier we studied only the aristocrats and rich monasteries only could afford to keep books. So another reason that promoted reading among the people, printers produced millions of copies of books. It is said that in the middle of the 15th century, 20 million copies of books were produced. By the middle of the 16th century, 1550s, you will find 200 million copies of books were produced. Today, millions and millions of copies of books are being produced, providing textbooks to school children and printing other books. So, all these factors enabled a reading mania. People began to spend more time for reading. Reading became a leisure activity among people. Women began to write books, workers began to write books. So people began to write autobiographies. That is why there was a reading mania among the people. Now let us come to the next question. Why there was a common conviction that books could bring about progress and enlightenment. So there was a common conviction, belief that books could bring about progress and enlightenment. Many people were influenced by the reading of books, maybe Bible, maybe Bhagavad Gita, maybe Quran, maybe any other books. You know the history of Russia. The Tsar Nicholas was ruling Russia. After reading the books of Karl Marx, Das Kapital brought about a change in Russia. The monarchy, dictatorship was removed from power and power came into the hands of the Bolshevik party. So, the first point, many people believed that books could change the world. People had a belief that books can bring about a change in the world. As we study other questions, it will be more clear to you how books could bring about a change in the world. People believed that books could liberate, free society from despotism and tyrannical ruler. Books could liberate society from despotism, a despotic ruler. A ruler who rules with absolute power. He does not consult anyone. So we know the history of France. We know the history of Germany. We know the history of Italy. They all had despotic rulers, and they ruled in a tyrannical way, cruel way. Books could herald a time when reason and intellect would rule. People believed that books will bring about a time when reason and intellect would rule. So, people believe that books can bring about progress, enlightenment, a change. So, people began to read books. The more people read books, they began to see the world through the eyes of the writers. And the writings influence people. They began to question everything. They began to ask questions like why. They began to question existing beliefs, existing institutions. Now let us come to the next question. Explain how print created conditions for French Revolution. We know what was the condition of the French society. The French society you have studied about in the 9th standard. The French society was divided into first estate, second estate and third estate. The nobles and the clergymen, they consisted the first, second estate. The third estate, the common man. The burden of taxes fell on the common man. The first estate and the second estate, that is the nobles and the clergymen, they don't have to pay any taxes. They lived a life of luxury. They indulged in sensual pleasures. They were not concerned about the welfare of the people. So people even faced the shortage of even bread in France. So let us come to the first reason. How print created conditions for French Revolution. Print popularized the ideas of Enlightenment thinkers like Voltaire and Rousseau. People began to read books of Voltaire, books of Jean-Jacques Rousseau. And those who read these books written by Voltaire and Rousseau, they began to see the world through reason and rationality. They did not accept anything as it was given to them. They saw the world through reason and rationality. Print created a new culture of dialogue and debate. So, print created a new culture of dialogue and debate. Everything was debated. There was discussion, debate. All existing values, norms. Norms means rules and regulations. Institutions, church, monarchy were questioned on the basis of reason. People began to question all existing values, norms, institutions on the basis of reason. Cartoons and caricatures mocked means made fun of the royalty and criticized their morality. Cartoons and caricatures used to appear in the newspapers and journals. They made fun of the royalty, the kings, the monarchs, and they criticized their morality. They indulged in sensual pleasures. They didn't have to pay taxes. They enjoyed a life of luxury. They enjoyed many privileges. The nobility and the common people. We can see in the picture the nobility and the common people before the French Revolution. A cartoon of the late 18th century. That cartoon is there in your textbook also. So these are the conditions which created a French Revolution. So the French Revolution started because of the writings of philosophers like Voltaire and Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Let us come to the next question. What were the contributions of print towards children, women and workers? First, let us study about the contributions of print towards children. A children's press was set up in France in 1857. You must understand by the middle of the 19th century, you will find primary education became compulsory for children. When primary education became compulsory for children, the printing press had to publish a lot of textbooks for children. So, in 1857, a children's press was set up in France, and this press, the children's press published new works as well as old fairy tales and folk tales. So, they not only published new works, they published old fairy tales and folk tales. The Grimm brothers in Germany, you can see the picture of Grimm brothers below. The Grimm brothers in Germany collected traditional folk tales from peasants and published them after editing. So they used to go around villages collecting traditional folk tales because they believed that the real German culture can be found in the folk tales, and they published them after editing. If anything that was not good for children, they edited and printed for children. Anything that was considered as unsuitable for children, or vulgar to the elites, the aristocrats, was not published. In other words, editing was done. Anything that was not suitable for children, anything that was bad for children was not published. So that is a contribution made by Print towards children. A children's press was set up. The Grimm brothers collected traditional folk tales and published them after editing. So that is why the print contributed towards children. Let us come to the next part. What was the contribution of print towards women? Women became important readers as well as writers. Women began to write books. Women began to read more books. Reading became a leisure activity among women. Penny magazines were published for women, teaching them proper behavior and housekeeping. So, penny magazines were published, teaching them proper behavior, housekeeping. Some of the best novelists were women, like Jane Austen. You must have read the book of Jane Austen, The Pride and Prejudice. You can see in the picture. You can see in the picture here. You can see Jane Austen, and here you can see George Eliot. Then you can see the Bronte sisters. So some of the best novelists were women: Jane Austen, George Eliot, and the Bronte sisters. Their writings highlighted women as a person with will, not kind of a woman with a weak personality. A person with will, a person with strength of personality, determination, and power to think. So all these women novelists began to highlight women as a person with will, strength of personality, determination, and power to think. So that was the contribution of print towards women. The print published the novels of these writers, and women began to read, and that brought about a change in the world. Now let us see what were the contribution of print towards workers. Libraries were in existence since 17th century, but in the 19th century you will find lending libraries were set up in England to educate white-collar workers, artisans, and lower middle-class people. So, lending libraries are those libraries from where you could get books, borrow books, especially to educate white-collar workers, artisans, and lower middle-class people. Self-educated workers wrote for themselves. In the 19th century, and you will find when the working hours were reduced, earlier they had to work for 12 to 14 hours, but when the working hours were reduced to maybe 8 hours, they had more free time for self-expression. So they began to write books for themselves. They wrote political tracts and autobiographies in large numbers, and others began to read, and that brought about a change in the world of workers. Let us now come to another important question, that give an account of innovations in print. Innovations means the technological changes in print. We saw first China introduced woodblock printing system. That system was taken from China to European countries by Marco Polo, 1295 AD. Later we found 1448 Gutenberg perfected the mechanical printing press. That printing press technology was transferred to Asian, African countries later. Now let us find what are the other technological changes in the print. By the middle of the 19th century, that is 1850s, Richard M. Howe of New York perfected the power-driven cylindrical press. You can see the picture of a cylindrical press below here, cylinder-shaped press. So who perfected that one? Richard M. Howe of New York perfected the power-driven cylindrical press. Now let us find out what is the advantage of this cylindrical press. This press was very useful for printing newspapers, as it could print 8,000 sheets per hour. So it was very useful for printing newspapers because it could print 8,000 sheets per hour. We know today in the morning when you get newspapers, lakhs of copies are being printed and circulated. How many newspapers are there? The Hindu, the Hindustan Times, the Statesman, the Times of India. Like that, so many newspapers. National newspapers are there, vernacular newspapers are there. So how do they print and circulate and the newspaper reaches us in the morning, early in the morning in our homes? So let us, for the first innovation was a cylindrical press. This was very useful for printing newspaper. In the late 19th century, offset press was developed which could print 6 colors at a time. So that is another development. Offset press was developed which could print 6 colors at a time. From the turn of the 20th century, electrically operated press increased printing operations. So from the turn of the beginning of 20th century, they introduced electrically operated press. So here what you are seeing below is maybe an offset press which was developed which could print 6 colors at a time. Multiple colors can be printed at a time, and you will see the electrically operated press maybe on the next page. You can see here electrically operated press below here. You can see another improvement, methods of feeding paper improved, and the quality of plates became better. Automatic paper reels and photoelectric controls were introduced. These were some of the changes introduced in print, so which accelerated printing. So many latest technologies are coming from computer direct printing. All that new methods are coming now. So we studied about, give an account of print innovations in print. So we saw first cylindrical press was introduced, second offset press was developed, later electrically operated press was developed, and methods of feeding paper improved, automatic paper reels and photoelectric controls were introduced. All this were the changes introduced in the print. Now let us come to the next question. Give an account of print in India. Who introduced printing in India? We saw that Buddhist missionaries introduced print from China to Korea and Japan. Let us see who brought about print in India. The Portuguese missionaries introduced print in India. We know that the Portuguese were settled in Goa, that area. The Portuguese missionaries introduced print in India. Catholic priest printed the first Tamil book in 1579 at Cochin, and the first Malayalam book I think around 1710. Jesuit priest learned Konkani, a new language, and printed several tracts. The Jesuit priest, they printed 50 books in Konkani and Kannada languages in 1974. So they printed. 50 books in Konkani and Kanra languages. By 1710, Dutch missionaries printed 32 Tamil textbooks. So Portuguese missionaries contributed. By 1710, the Dutch missionaries also printed 32 Tamil textbooks. The first newspaper was the Bengal Gazette brought out by Gangadhar Bhattacharya. So that is all about give an account of print in India. So let us just remember what all things we learned today. We learned about why there was a reading mania, why people believed that books could bring about progress and enlightenment, what conditions brought about French Revolution, give an account of innovations in print. What were the technologies introduced in print to accelerate printing? We also learned about give an account of print in India. So I want all of you to note down these questions and answers in your notebook. Write them in point wise, underline the key points. You should learn these questions answers. You should also try to read the textbook, that part which we have taken today, and you should get ready for a test the very next day. So I wish you all the best.